Okay, today we're back with the Storm deck. This is Ruby Storm, and it's one of my favorite builds of combo on Arena. The last time you saw me play this deck, though, we were in Historic, utilizing Ruby Medallion, Birgi, God of Storytelling, and the recently printed Brawl in order to do some combo-y things in that format. But today, we're going to be back in Timeless because we have some new cool cards that we want to play. So this build actually comes from a video that was put out by the Epic Storm on YouTube. Um, Bryant Cook, did a pretty good video on how Artist's Talent is a cool new card for this sort of strategy, I guess. Being able to get card advantage is one of the important things when it comes to the Ruby Storm builds. You need to have both cost reducers, ways to produce mana, and card advantage. And this is one of the ways that we're going to solve the card advantage and cost reduction in one fell swoop. This is a deck that doesn't try to win as early as the Ruby Medallion forward deck did in Historic, but we basically are just going to try to resolve this 2-drop class and level it up to level 2, and then just go for it from there. We can even level it up to level 3, and then kind of have a way to work with our, grape shot and things like that. You could also run something like the amulet that does damage for each non-creature spell that's cast per turn, the one that adds energy and then allows you to exile the top of your library. For me, I haven't done that though. We're still sticking with the Ren's Resolve and Reckless Impulses to be able to exile the top 2, because those are ways to get us started early. So to kind of iterate through the deck here, what do we have? In terms of the cost reduction, we have Raoul Monsoon Mage, instant and sorceries cost 1 less. Ruby Medallion discounts all red spells, and Artist Talent is also technically non-creature spell reduction. In addition to that, then we have the mana production, which is going to be things like Strike It Rich, which is mana positive if we are running a Birgi, which also gives us this red mana ability. And then from there, I guess Glimpse of the Impossible is technically also going to be both card advantage and mana advantage. So from here, what do we want to do? Well, the name of the game here is going to get a high storm count, go into a wish board, and then win the game from there. We have Galvanic Relay that sets up next turn wins. We have Flame of Anor that can deal with problem creatures, either draws cards or kill artifacts. This is typically going to be a one of in this deck for me. And then what else is in here? Underworld Breach is our kind of win condition if we need to go back in, have a one big turn in order to get enough storm to win the game. Underworld Breach can be that card when we draw it down the stretch. We have one Grape Shot in the main deck and one in the sideboard here. Sometimes just having one in hand is convenient. Also, we run Mox Amber because we run 2 pretty critical legendary red permanents. Valakut Awakening here is going to operate as some card advantage for us, and then more or less that covers everything that's in the main deck. Now the sideboard is a really cool one. So we got a couple things that are at play here. So first of all, we have Strike It Rich. This is going to give us some colors for our sideboard here. We also have some non-red lands that we're able to fetch for off of our Scalding Tarn and Wooded Foothills, including both the green and blue splash, which you will see from here. So why we're doing that is because it's kind of cool. Pact of Negation is actually a card that we can have at the ready during our combo turn. This is not something that I ever thought of playing when I was doing my original Wish sideboards, but Pact of Negation is actually just straight up free interaction for decks that can afford to cast their Wish early. So normally when the play pattern was, you would do a bunch of storm, and then you would eventually cast your wish, and then after you cast your wish, you go get tendrils or whatever and kill your opponent. That's still the plan here, tendrils and grape shot both in this deck, but what you can do is you can play your wish whenever it is essentially free with Birgi and your cost reducers, and that wish then serves as both a way to play Pact of Negation out of your sideboard to get them to not be able to counter, or just to avoid counter magic. There's also Veil of Summer that you can cast out of the sideboard if you have that token from Strike It Rich or any one of your green lands, which is also really cool just to be able to have that at instant speed for you. And then, of course, this wish can still just end up being your Tendrils of Agony or Grape Shot if they don't have interaction, so that's pretty cool. Then we also include Thassa's Oracle here in case we just need to be like do a bunch of spells, huge Galvanic Relay from the sideboard or from the deck, and just mill ourselves, then go Thassa's Oracle and win. That's another way that we can win the game as well. And then Past of Flames is going to be in here operating as just pretty much another Underworld Breach here, which is pretty cool. So I'm pretty hopeful for this deck. It's not the fastest one, so I think that we will have some trouble against aggro, but we'll hop into some Timeless here and see that if the deck can hold its water. Yeah, do the YouTube things, subscribe if you're new for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'll see you guys in round 1.
This episode of Full Control MTG is brought to you by Patreon and your viewership. If you want to support the channel financially, the Full Control MTG Patreon is the best place to do so. With a Shockland tier, you get access to videos as soon as they are recorded and edited. Don't wait to get your hands on another Full Control MTG deck list. Otherwise, it's your support for the channel that keeps me going. Thanks for being here and enjoy the video.
All right, here we go. This is round 1. We have Artist Talent. Let's try it. Wooded Foothills here is just going to get us a tapped land. We can either get blue or green, depending on what we want here. I think that we do want to do the green first of all. And do we want Steam Vents for our turn 3 land? I guess we would much rather have a cost reducer, to be quite honest. Artist Talent technically is that, but, you know, we will see. They go Hollowed Fountain here. I wonder if that's for Swords to Plowshares. No, it's for Ocelot's Pride. Ocelot's Pride, rather. All right, well, let's do Artist's Talent here. We probably want to be in a situation where our Burgie just kind of starts to go off immediately, so we will look to have 4 lands before we actually start to go off. Guide of Souls comes down. Maybe this is actually just going to be like Mockingbird or something like that. Maybe that's why they're in blue. Okay, so Ocelot Prides go absolutely nuts this turn. I actually might have needed to have this Steam Vents, unfortunately. So we have to go Reckless Impulse here. I will absolutely discard to draw here. Probably the Mox Amber. All right, Valakut Awakening. We do technically have a land. There's a Burgie. Burgie will need to be maybe attempted to be played next turn as a blocker even. We're at 18. We're about to be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11 is what we'll be at after this. Oh, even less now. Gnarly. Actually, yeah, we'll be at exactly 11. But then next turn they have Ascend and we go absolutely down the drain. Kind of feel bad now that I got rid of that Mox Amber. That was some mana acceleration. We die next turn, so we got to win. This one might have never been our game, though. We are not a good matchup for aggro. 36. We draw a 3rd Burgie for the game. Well, all we can really do is cast a sad Burgie. I suppose we could go Ren's Resolve here and see what was coming next for us. We're obviously discarding a Burgie here as we look for just something to do. Unfortunately, doesn't seem like we're going to have anything. Thundering Falls, yeah, not very good for us. We'll pass the turn here. Glimpse the Impossible, not the move here, and we will die absolutely brutally to what appears to be just straight up white aggro. I don't know why they are... Okay, so I think they are not playing red. It's just off-color fetches to get blue. I did at one point play a Mockingjay deck that was doing something like this, but I'm just curious what their blue is for. They could be getting like the Cryptic Coat or whatever. They have 15 energy right now. I mean, this is absolutely nuts. I just want to see what's in their deck at the very end of this. Sword of Fire and Ice, sure. I guess we will not get to see what the blue is ever for, as we will die. Well, tough round 1. Those are going to happen. And we are definitely not the most aggro deck on the block. That is for darn sure. But let's go to round 2 and see if we can make some sort of aggressive play happen. I'll take some better mulligans here. Artist Talent, maybe not something that's worth taking over a decently good hand. Here comes round 2. Okay, round 2. What can we do about this? Oh yeah, this is a much better hand. This is basically just like an OG Storm hand. Okay, so we go Commercial District, turn 2 Ruby Medallion, turn 3 Burgi into Mox Amber into Rawl. Maybe into Reckless Impulse, we'll see. Either way, good hand. I would hate to see it get Thought Seized away, but that might be what happens, who knows. At the very least, like even if we don't make the artist's talent changes, this sideboard change of having interaction directly available is pretty nice. I don't need another Ral. We have one in hand. We're looking for more lands for our turn 3. Turn 3 potentially very good for us. And we'll get Polluted Delta out there. See if they have Spell Pierce. I kind of pray that they don't. Kind of critical that this resolves. Alright, then we go turn 3 Burgi. And turn 3 Burgi, we can go off. All depends what their turn 2 looks like. If they play land pass, I mean, they could be on Omniscience. That might be bad for us. I think we do just need to attempt a kill. Yeah, if they're playing Omniscience, we cannot stick around. Assemble the team. Okay, so their shield's down. We can win the game on this turn. We'll just have to hit well off a Reckless Impulse and Glimpse the Impossible. We do need to get Raw Monsoon Mage out quickly, which I think we'll have just enough mana for. So we go Burgi. Then we go Mox. We have 2 mana. Reckless Impulse. And we're looking for untapped land here. The Wish is nice. Striker Rich is now free. And yeah, I think we should have things here. So we go Raw Monsoon Mage. Wish now straight up free, so we will have Wish at the ready. Choose to not do that. Now we go Glimpse. Exile top 3 there, not particularly good, but we will take a Wooded Foothills, I suppose. Exile top 3 again here. And then Wish will be sitting here in case we need to wait until we find another Wish, or until we go for a Galvanic Relay. Alright, so we're doing all this Strike It Rich stuff. I'm going to avoid going... Well, actually, yeah, we can pretty much win trivially from here. So we just continue with all of our Strike It Riches. We're going to have so much mana. We will decline the Ral Flip. We will continue to decline the Ral Flip. I'll still double check with Wish. Okay, never mind. I will decline, but I was going to check from here what my storm was, so I could have actually done the Ral Flip. We'll go Ren's Resolve here, and then we're basically just ready to kill at any point. That is not going to hit. We have Grape Shot here. I think I'll start with a Tendrils kill, because Tendrils is the classic. We'll target them. We'll auto-pay, and we will win the game. So cool. Great start to the league here. Thank you for for sticking around here. They're on a combo deck. They must know that it is nice when people stick around for your combo. So round 1 was tough, but round 2 was far better. Didn't get to see Artist Talent do its thing, but, you know, Ruby Storm doing Ruby Storm things. It's a deck that can just win. We'll take round 2 like that, and we'll maybe see if rounds 3 through 5 will have an Artist Talent victory hidden somewhere inside them. Here comes round 3. All right, it's round 3. We have a Rawl, we have a Burgi. We don't really have lands. Striker Rich is going to function, but I don't think we can keep this one. We need something a little bit better. Ruby Medallion and Artist Talent. I will try this hand. So we'll go turn 2 Ruby Medallion. I'm going to Scalding Tarn for a green Surveil land. I think at this point we don't want more lands, we just want more spells. And we want Burgi / any one of our... we want any legendary creature. Alright, Rogrin Triumph. We'll get a Ruby Medallion out. This could be some domain control type deal, which means that we have to worry about Leyline Binding taking our Ruby Medallion away. We can shock Steam Vents here. I'll just go for the Artist Talent here. See if that's allowed to resolve. It is. We can go to Reckless Impulse here, see if we hit a land. Will I discard a card here? I think I'm down to discard this Strike It Rich. We don't need the colors currently. Alright, we have a Rawl now. That's pretty good. And then Valakut Awakening can be our land. And then I guess Flame of Anor we can play off of Rawl, which feels good. Okay. Let's see what they play. They have 3 lands. Will they do something about it? Just the shock, possibly Leyline Binding. What do they take here, though? They take the Medallion. That's not so bad. Artist Talent, doing the thing. We can still go Rawl here. This unfortunately can't kill enchantments. Non-creature spells, or should I just go Rawl here? I think I go Rawl here with Glimpse the Unthinkable as the next play. Pay 2 life, Glimpse, and then we just don't even play anything. We will not discard this turn. Oh, they have Beseiju? No, they have Solitude. Okay, that's fine. So they are going pretty far down on cards here. They've dealt somewhat with us. We'll decline. We'll have the Underworld Breach. Okay, and then we find a land, but then these just end up becoming creatures. So we're good on mana for a while. We want more cost reduction, though. We'll have to just do an Artist Talent thing. So Artist Talent, maybe go Underworld Breach, and then just try to Ren's Resolve into something. That could be a play that happens 2 turns from now. Alright, Omnath. That's fine. That's just them setting their things up. They'll have Beanstalk and other 5 mana spells. I gotta avoid more Leyline Bindings. We'll go to turn here. We'll start with Glimpse the Unthinkable. I'm likely to hit a land here. Even if I don't, I can use my spawns. I will decline to discard once again. We find a land. Nice. Find a Sokinzon too. Galvanic Relay, not super great. I think I'm just going to activate the Artist Talent ability here. We'll use one of our creatures. Okay, then we pass. We got a lot of creatures. So if we leverage our red mana correctly, we can have a pretty big turn soon. In our great, okay, they have 1 ring here. 1 ring. We can't win through a 1 ring right now. We do not play Torment of Hailfire, which would be the other way to do it. All right. Well, we'll make this next turn a setup turn then. Omnath doing Omnath things. It'll just be a Temple Garden, and then we will take our 4. Okay. Mox Amber, not super great. Does Breach give us anything? Not really. Like, I could attempt a Breach turn, but they have protection right now, so I won't. We'll try Artist Talent here. I will do this Strike It Rich, and then we will discard the Mox Amber. Alright, gives me a land. And I'll play that land tapped. Alright, we'll wait 1 more turn, and then probably just have to attempt an Underworld Breach. A Grape Shot is definitely very lethal if we find a quick wish. Worried about taking another 4 to 8 damage though. Swords to Plowshares, it's good to see that they don't have that in hand, but they're gonna take my enchantment. Dang. Well, that's unfortunate. So Underworld Breach does something, but yeah, it's not really gonna be that much. Oko is going to do Oko things. I think I might just need to attempt to leverage what I can find off of spells here. We'll see what my draw is. I'm not blocking. We might take like 1 more turn here. Ooh, we get a Burgie. Burgie does change things. So we go 1, 2, Burgie. All right, we'll continue to leverage these. We'll go Breach. And we have to just go for it here. We're going to be extremely mana efficient, which is great. I'm going to go with Glimpse the Unthinkable here. We will do it off of one of these guys. And let's look 3 deep. We will exile, let's see, Mox Amber is a decent one to keep. Galvanic Relay, we might want to keep that in case we need to go for a next turn win. And I will get rid of the rest of these. What can we find off the top? Needs to be good. Another Glimpse the Unthinkable, I like that. We'll Strike It Rich here, bank some mana. Strike It Rich we'll cast with Flashback. Oh, we did not want to cast it like that. Oh, Lord. Okay. Mistake, but we'll go Glimpse the Unthinkable here. As we still don't have cost reduction. There's Artist Talent. That's kind of cost reduction, but it's not the cost reduction that we need. I'm still going to play it. It might just be the case that we have to pass the turn, which sucks. I can attempt... Okay, I could cast a Mox Amber, I guess, and bank some mana, so I'll do that. Only need 1 Glimpse the Unthinkable here, and actually we can get rid of just some more lands. Okay. So now we have extra mana. We can go like this. And now we have basically 2 mana to work with here. So we'll go Ren's Resolve from the exile. We will auto pay on that. Nice, we find another Mox Amber. That's actually kind of huge, so we'll play that. And now we're just looking for Wish at this point. We've gone far enough. We can shock a Steam Vents. I'll wait on that, though. We'll do this. Ren's Resolve. A Grape Shot will work, too. Ruby Medallion. That is that necessary? That is actually kind of a good thing to play. That will use 1 of my available red mana, but it's okay because we're good. That is still technically free. So here we go. Now everything costs 1. We can start to do the things that we want to do, and eventually we would have found what we needed. All right, sweet. Well, I was not thinking that we were in a very good position after they dropped their Oko and dealt with my fully upgraded Artist Talent, but hey, we actually won with this thing on the battlefield. That felt pretty cool. Definitely requires a little bit extra mana investment to like get the level 2 going, and it's a little bit rocky in terms of getting that level 2 enabled. But now I'm seeing that as you go through your combo, it's pretty trivial to just like turn on level 3, and then that makes your what is it called? Your Grape Shot super lethal, which is nice. So that's fun. Well, that was a great round 3. I'm super happy with that. Let's go to round 4. All right, round 4. How do we feel about this one? I do like the cost reduction. This really gets us to an early Ren's Resolve, but we really need to find a birdie. But in the past, I've kept these hands and I felt quite safe with them. Especially because, like, as we're on the setup turns, you don't need to have very much like cost reduction as long as you can cast the 1 or 2 Ren's Resolves. So, put in the tap land first. Then the Ruby Medallion, then we have a little bit of a setup turn here, as they have a setup turn themselves with a stupid Ocelot Pride. Raucous Theater, sure. And there goes the Ocelot Pride. Let's see it happen. Okay, so am I shocking here? No, I'll wait till next turn to do it. Here's a Ruby Medallion. And let's make this happen. So we get Ral into Ren, Galvanic Relay? No, it'll be Ren Galvanic Relay because I only have 3 mana. Oh, okay. It's good that we have redundancy here. Juggernaut, Peddler not really going to matter. We will get to do our next turn thing. But we do know that they're like very aggressive. They're likely to have not much more than just this hand hate. I think my Ral will stick around just fine. This Juggernaut can be discarded to Artist's Talent, so that is an addition, or like that is a positive over the original build. In the original build of Ruby Storm, I think if they had done Juggernaut Peddler, that would just be a straight up dead card for me, so not completely unhappy. So we will go Ral. Start with 1 Ren's Resolve here. I will not be doing this. Okay. We want a Burgie. I guess we'll just wait and cast one of the Burgies, right? I'll be playing a land this turn. I want to make sure that my next turn has a land. Yeah, so we'll just do another Ren's Resolve setup here with a bunch of things out of my hand. Ral and Wish, okay, so not bad. We will be somewhat on our way. The only problem is we don't have our card advantage, so it still might end up being a pass the turn play. Swords to Plowshares, goodbye Ral. And Static Prison on my Ruby Medallion, yikes! Well, that sucks. I think I have to play Burgi. Dang, that went from feeling like I'm not doing so bad to I'm going to die next turn. Darn. Well, I have definitely said that we do not do well against aggro. So I think our only play here is Ral, Reckless Impulse. Try to hit a land and Mox Amber. We will decline. We do not hit what we need to do. I will pay 2 life and die. All right, we'll take it. We will move to round 5 here after a pretty difficult defeat. We've had some good games. We've had some bad games. Maybe round 5 can be one of the good ones. All right, it's the last round. Let's end it. Harnfell, Burgi, 1 land. Oh, I want to take it so badly. I want this hand. This hand could work. I'm going to be super risky. Let's go. Never punished. Well, okay, we're about to be punished because we were definitely just on the draw. Well, if this land that we rip off the top is untapped, we're so good. Watergrave Thoughtseize, Inquisition, just as bad. Guess they take Ruby Medallion. We have like pretty much a whole clutch of red cards. Now they're thinking, do they want Artist's Talent gone? They take my Burgi. Okay. Well, good for them that I did not draw a land. They can take another one if they want. Okay. And we're getting reanimated here. They have a Burgi now. But we have a land, and that's all that we need. Here's a Ruby Medallion. If I just get hit by a Burgi a bunch of times, that's not the end of the world. So I think I want Glimpse the Impossible here. We're just looking for a land. And then we would also like to have some mana here. I guess they'll counter this. It kind of hurts to see a mana drain go down like that. And they have extra mana to work with, so they could even Bowmasters me if they'd like. Demonic Tutor. Well, this can't be good. If they want to hit my hand, they can. If they have something better to do than that, they can do that too. Alright, that'll be a Grief. I think I'm going to be playing from behind here. Ren's Resolve is a good take for them. Oh, they take Galvanic Relay. Okay, that is completely fine by me. Alright, so we get hit. We have a 2-turn clock. We have a land. We'll attempt to see if we can get a better one off of Ren's Resolve. Strike It Rich can at least go back to our graveyard this way. And it's better used there than anywhere else. I think I do go Artist's Talent here. It's just a little bit more mana efficient. And it can't get Thoughtseized, which is more important. Well, what do we do now? I could activate this, get some Glimpse the Unthinkable going. In general, I think I just have to attempt Galvanic Relay, though. Yeah, I don't think that this works for me. We just have to go like Galvanic Relay, discard this. We have to find a creature to block. That's the important part. And they seem to have counterspell, so I think we're going to probably die here. Snapcaster Mage on counterspell, is that it? Okay. Well, actually, yeah, no, this is definitely bad because we are still going to 1 life. All right, we go like this. It's a Mox Amber. Well, unfortunately, not going to be it. We'll discard Glimpse, see what we would have found. Yeah, we found a Scalding Tarn, actually. Still doesn't matter, right? Because we just go Galvanic Relay. We can't cast anything. So, it is what it is. We'll see what is exiled from that, and then we will take our death here in round 5. So, ultimately, I think that I would say the results are murky. Now, let's see what we found here. Nothing really great. So, yeah, I would say that definitely the results are a little bit murky here. Playing this deck a lot in Historic, I definitely think that it does benefit from the fact that it's a little bit of a slower format. Even with the original Ruby Storm, I did have trouble when I brought it into Timeless, so it's kind of worth it to take note that that's kind of a thing that exists. It's definitely a slower deck, and it has a harder time in Timeless. Now, that being said, we did get to take a few games today. It wasn't the end of the world, but I would maybe think that we might want to try a port of this into Historic for best results. With that being said, though, if you want to try this deck out for yourself, the deck list is in the description as a Moxfield link. And yeah, other than that, just please do the YouTube things, like and comment on the video, help the algorithm, subscribe if you're new for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Ruby Storm is always a big bout of fun for me, so always fun to play it. If there's any new developments for it in the future, you will definitely see it back on the channel. But with that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.